Did Whitman mention or allude to the Jewish people or Jews in any of his works? Was that a topic that was, in his works?
He did. In his poetry, he tended to make more general allusions. Like he said, I respect Assyria, China, Teutonia, and the Hebrews. I adopt each theory, myth, god, and demigod. So that's, not really what I would call treating, Judaism in any way. He tends to be sympathetic, to all people, religions and ethnicities. When he was young, he visited, supposedly, again, this is one of the journalistic pieces that's attributed to him, supposedly he visited a synagogue. And some of what he wrote of that visit, or some of what was in the article of that visit, would be offensive by today's standards, although it wasn't intended as such. It was just him going into a synagogue and just observing and bringing, the thing that made me a little suspicious that it wasn't Whitman, as he alludes to Jesus walking down the aisle, and I just can't see him being that sanctimonious. But it was when he was younger, and later he had a friend who was a rabbi, who he said of him to his friend Horace, he was a Jew, a Jew of the Israelites, possessing the grand virtues we read of in Old Testament characters: fraternal feeling, kindness, generosity, love of domestic life. He was a marked man on all these features, a character indeed. And Walt did read the Bible. He was very, very well versed in both the Christian Bible and the what we call the Old Testament. As he grew older, and learned more, and met more actual Jewish people, his views became more politically shaped, and Horace Traubel definitely had something to do with that. He confronted a visitor in 1891. He was very close to his end by then, who tried to rationalize the Russian pogroms. And Walt said, "What are your observations on the Russian question, the cruel, barbarous treatment of the Jews in Russia?" And when his visitor alluded to U.S. policies that were similar, as we know, the treatment of immigrants to the U.S., the Chinese and the Indians, and slavery, Walt responded, "The exclusion of the Chinese, the tariff, prohibition, all that is of one piece. And I, for one, not only despise it, but also denounce it, lose no occasion." And then he went on to say, if the Jews in Russia are unpatriotic, who can wonder? How could they be otherwise, treating with such a government? All our own laws, which tell us that workmen who choose to come here under contract are fiddlers to fiddle, or professors to teach, must be warned off, are bad in themselves, bad in everything they suggest. So he very much, advocated an open policy, obviously, for immigration, including Jews.